All right, guys, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I cannot believe I'm doing this, but what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I'm coming at you live for my live review of the April 17th, 2019 edition of NXT. Going to take a back, of course, look at all highlights. Of course, as always, very good show for the first, actual show besides, the Fallout show slash pre-show from last week, which had like a couple, one or two little interesting things happening in it, which is why, of course, I did a review on it last week. But we're back to normal this week with NXT, and I thought we had a pretty good show. We had a really good title match, a pay-per-view worthy match candidate to open up the show. We had, of course, a match involving someone who I want to see a match with somebody else so bad. We had a really good segment for the NXT champion and whatnot. We have it seemed like a tag team match. Well, maybe a tag. Not sure if the title's going to be on the line next week as well. That I look forward to definitely see what goes on with that. And of course, we had our main event. That was most likely a swan song. It was a good match, but the whole concept behind it was just weird. I still felt, but we'll, of course, get to all of that and talk about that. Check the live chat before we get started. Nobody's in the live chat. That's fine. But let's get right to this review because, again, it's past 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. I usually don't step this late to do reviews, but I did because I was a little behind. So here we go. Open up with what I can say was a pay-per-view worthy match. Velveteen Dream taking on the best kept secret, former NXT Tag Team Champion, former Cruiserweight Champion, and the newest member to the SmackDown Live roster, Buddy Murphy. This was an awesome match. I kept saying how, Velveteen Dream was always coming up short in pay-per-views last year, putting on, absolute classic worthy matches, but always coming up short and losing. But he was still, looking strong in all of his losses. Obviously, though, you had to give him some wins here. And obviously, he cannot go up to the main roster without a good title run, which I'm still thinking at this point, Velveteen Dream probably move up to the main roster, I'd say, after SummerSlam. I think that's where, he should move up to the main roster. Because, they've had how many NXT call-ups already happen. So why would they call it anymore? They surprisingly called up the Warriors. I'm sorry, the Viking Experience. So makes me mad. Just seeing them in NXT again was just like, man, I miss these guys already because they're not the same guys. That's Hanson and Rowan NXT, not Ivar and Eric, who we see on the main roster. But anyways, great match. A lot of close near falls. I can't remember, though. I don't think Velveteen Dream kicked out of the Murphy's Law. But it was a hard-hitting physical match that Buddy Murphy was able to, overcome Velveteen Dream's tactics as well. There was a spot in the match also where obviously showed how even though Buddy Murphy is a heel, he is still a strong, dominating force. Like the heel we kind of need more of, not just a cowardly heel who backs away from everything, doesn't have to cheat every time to win, has to play the mind games and just show that, hey, he's a great wrestler who's just tough to beat. And that's exactly what was happening in this match. He was a great wrestler that was not going to go down easy at all to Velveteen Dream. Of course, giving him, racking up some more victories as a North American champion to make his championship reign look very credible, not just having one the title defense here and enough for another 5 more months. But they're giving him that quality North American title run that he most definitely deserves. And of course, the match. Of course, my favorite spot though was towards the end where it looked like, again, when I get back to saying how Buddy Murphy's a smart wrestler, smart heel wrestler. He went out of his way to break up a 10 count with Velveteen Dream out. He dived to the ring and dove back out to obviously break up the count. That way he can still have a chance to win the championship. But eventually then Velveteen Dream hit like a third Dream Valley driver. He had hit like several of them on Buddy Murphy to get him to finally get down for the Purple Rainmaker, and Velveteen Dream retains. But man, this was a pay-per-view classic worthy match. It's one of my favorites. Non-pay-per-view matches. I gotta say right now, it's up there in that rankings. It was just such a good match. I loved every second of it. And of course, the North American title for more prestige, and just shows how great Buddy Murphy and Velveteen Dream can be, especially Buddy Murphy, the long way he has come from for sure. Backstage, we see another episode of Street Talk, but it's a special edition of Street Talk. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins are going to make it opportunities, since that's what we do around here. They head to Regal's office, but the Viking Experience come out wearing, of course, their old War Raiders shirts with their NXT tag titles. Boy, again, do I miss those guys. They say they heard what Street Profits were talking about, so they already talked to Regal, and next week they got a match. So I don't know if this is just a non-title match or if the titles will be on the line, but it's going to be definitely interesting. It's strange to see what's going on now that Hanson and Rowe are no longer NXT, but Eric and Eva are on the main roster. That name still makes me sick to my stomach. I cannot stand it. What is worse, rivals? What is the worst rivals and best rivals? I got to listen to that one. Tyler, that's a good suggestion. Does Vince hate the fans? Sounds like he does. That 6-man tag match on Raw with Roman, Seth, and AJ versus Drew Baron. It was Batman, Robin, Superman versus Lex Luthor and his goons. Nice way to put it, Tyler. But out comes Johnny Gargano. And he discusses his long run to the title over 4 years, and said that his match in New York was the toughest of his career. And then, of course, out comes Undisputed Era. Cole isn't going to listen to another love fest between Johnny and the NXT universe. He says, I beat you at Barclays, and if that was any other match, he'd be champion. Adam Cole is the uncrowned NXT champion, and Johnny is nothing but a punk. Gargano says Cole was very emotional, and it might be because there's trouble in his little boy band. Are the Era not in sync? Jokes aside, the champ says Cole did pin him in the first fall, but then he won the next two, tapping him out twice. But if Johnny lost, though, he wouldn't be out here whining like a baby. But if Adam wants to grow a pair and step in the ring, Johnny will put more points on the scoreboard. Cole says, be careful what you wish for. And as he's getting ready to fight them, as the three of them start walking down, because Roderick Strong didn't come out, and there's been rumors that, of course, Cole's blaming that loss on Roderick Strong. But out of the blue, Roderick Strong jumps Gargano from behind, and they beat down Gargano. Nigel, of course, talks. Then we see we have these segments where Nigel talks up Kushida and says he'll make his in-ring NXT debut in 2 weeks. He enlists the NXT talent placed on Raw and SmackDown, a superstar shakeup, including, of course, Kairi Sane and Viking Experience. We had Dominic Dijakovic come out, and I don't know why, but we're supposed to have that match this week with Dijakovic and Keith Lee. I don't know if Keith Lee is still hurt or whatnot, but we had Dijakovic come out and squash some guy named Aaron Fry with a big boot. Afterwards, he says he's only in NXT because his family gave him the opportunity by coming to the United States. Their spirit, of course, courses through his veins, and he's coming for Velveteen Dream's North American title. So I'm guessing at San Jose, well, hopefully, probably after we see Dijakovic and Keith Lee, we'll be seeing Velveteen Dream take on Dominic Dijakovic. Will we drop the belt to Dijakovic? I don't know, but we'll wait and see. And of course, backstage, Kathy Kelly interviews Undisputed Era. Cole says that we just saw the difference between them and Johnny, but then Rio comes up and says he just talked to Johnny and the champ wants to face the Era. Cole asks when he'll get his rematch, and Rio says that Gargano asks to face Roderick Strong. Roddy seemed excited, but Adam Cole didn't seem too pleased, of course. Then we get a video package of the history between Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane. And then also we get a video package with Aaliyah and Vanessa Bourne, how they weren't ready to face Candice last week because they were too busy enjoying New York City shopping. But next week, Candice needs to find a partner and meet them in the ring. So we got a tag match between them next week. And then our main event was Shayna Baszler taking on Kairi Sane. And the stipulation here is, well, of course, the women's title was on the line. But the stipulation was if Kairi lost, she would never get another NXT Women's title opportunity, which still was just kind of random. It was kind of too obvious that this was it for Kairi Sane. Of course, we know she got called up to SmackDown. She's part of a tag team now with Asuka being managed by Paige. So we'll see how it goes with that, of course. But it was weird though, the fact this match was pretty good. Like, you tell that these two have had a long history together and know each other so well. And Kairi came out swinging. going after Shayna Baszler. But the turning point in this match came towards the end when it looked like Kyrie went for like an elbow or something like that, or like a dive or something like that, and then she hit her elbow off the steel. And of course, Shane tries to go after them, but the referee, breaks it off. And obviously, it seemed that Kyrie's elbow was too bad for her to keep going on. But of course, out came Kyrie's best friend Io Shirai. But then Shayna pulled Kyrie back in. She goes to basically stomp on Kyrie's arm, but then Io gets in and pushes Shayna away and causes a disqualification, basically saving Kyrie from getting a broken elbow. But it was just strange to have your own best friend. Yes, I guess she saved Shayna from hurting Kyrie even more. It didn't work out because eventually Duke and Shafir would hold back Io, and Shayna still smashed Kyrie's elbow. And the show goes off the air with Io checking on Kyrie, but it was still just a weird situation to write Kyrie off of NXT TV. So I mean, the match was still good, but it was still a little strange, I felt. But that's how I went off the air here. Tyler Nelson saying a lot of chat. I want Triple H charge also. I want to give NXT this week an A-. That was a good show. Again, that stuff at the end was a little bit weird, but still was a good show this week. But guys, I'm checking out. It's almost 20 after 3 in the morning. I'm tired. I need to get a shower and get to bed. But guys, what are your thoughts on this episode of NXT? Your thoughts down in the comment section below. And make sure as always to click my like and subscribe or comment to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at TheMayorEverybody3. And of course, make sure to check out my WrestleMania Experience documentary. Description will be found down below. And with that, guys, I'll see you tomorrow night or Friday night for probably more likely Friday night, I gotta say, for my top 10 special of the week. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but I'll tell you, of course, when we get to there. So that's it, guys. I'm checking out. Until then, have a great rest of your night, and peace out, everybody.